Hiya, Tony here from Cardcraft by Design. Hope you're well today. Still with the webcam, unfortunately. I did get my camera sorted out yesterday and actually did a video on it. Chuffed to bits, it was great. Couldn't find the lead from the camera to the computer. Etched everywhere, can't find it. So hopefully I'll get to find that this week somewhere. If not, I'm going to have to go out and buy another one. But I wanted to show you this journal that I made. It's for myself. I've looked all over, like, I've done the junk journal, if that's right, I'm not really sure, and I've done some other journals, junk journal, and I also did one with like laces and ribbon and things like that. But this one I actually did for myself, so I'm going to show you what I did. I had a little bit of help. I got some help from Pocketful of Vintage. I can't remember her name off the top of my head, but I will put a link in the comments for you if you want to find her. She's brilliant. She had 6 steps. She made 6 videos, 6 steps from start to finish on her personal journals. So I didn't quite do everything she did. The stitching in the pages I couldn't really get to grips with. To do it now, I didn't before in previous journals. But and then another girl did the twining to put the pages in. So I did it to the twining. Excuse me. She had 4 enough. She put enough holes in for 4 of the signatures. As it happened, I had enough for 5, so I did the 4, which was pretty bulky, and I've just put another signature in this morning, and it's like out of this world. So I'm gonna have to be careful with that. But I'll show you it and see how you and tell me what you think. Comment below. Tell me what you think. So this is the front page. I had some. These are wood letters, so I just put my name on the front. Not a great lover of cupcakes to eat, but I like papers that they bring out. They're real colourful. This camera doesn't bring the colourness out in this, but it's a really nice, darky pink, and a bit of the pink lace at the bottom. I think it's pink, that one. Oh no, it's ivory. This one, ivory colour. And that's what I did. The span, like I said, I did the twining, and there's 5 there. I actually did 4, but then this morning put another one in, and then I haven't put nothing on the back. It's just the cupcake, and it's all tied together with this is like a pink see-through. It's like a lace, but it's really fun. It actually started out looking just like that, but of course with you twisting it and etc, it's got a bit frayed now. And that's the front. That's with all my signatures in, all 5 of them there. Like I said, not very straight, and some of them I've got them in. So I'll open it up and I'll show you what I did. And like I say, this is for personal use. This is just for me only. So it didn't really matter what I put in it, if you like. So I covered the book with cupcakes all the way around, as you can see. Now, people use signatures out of paper or anything, card. Or what I did is I like vintage. I really do like some of the vintage things. I absolutely love vintage. So I printed out on my computer some vintage photos and pictures, and I just onto card, it's like ivory card, and I just folded it in half, and made my signatures like that. Hence why the ivory card is still on at the side, but I thought it didn't matter, you know, it's for me, and it makes the book look a bit more, you know, interesting, if you like. So the first page obviously is the London. It'll come out on the other side when we're done with that. So first page here. Okay, so we've got a little pocket here with some tags. I thought, you know, I'll put some tags in there, and you can, you know, you can even write on these, I suppose. Just another paper, vintage paper, and just some vintage pictures. Then you can write on the back some old gasoline tickets, etc. Yeah, just for a piece, a card for journaling. And then I think, I'm not really sure if this song is a Beatles song. Blackbird Sing. I'm not really sure. I have to look that up on the internet. But that was like an old piece of paper, and I printed that out. I thought it was quite nice. But I'm sure somewhere along the line, I think it's a Beatles song. Okay, here's another pocket with some tags and some more old photos and pictures. You can journal on the back of them. So you see them postcard very well. It's I hope I get this bloody camera sorted, so it's driving me nuts this time, Cam. Okay, here is like a neon blue piece of card. You can just put journaling inside there. Some more paper. Like I say, this webcam doesn't really do this justice, because the papers that they really do look vintage paper. You know, so they're quite good. Okay, here's another pocket. This is just an old, you know, them plastic CD cases, and I just stuck that in and put some more photos in. Of course, you can journal on the back of them, and there's one there as well. There's a tag and another postcard, so you can journal on them. And I left this blank page as well. Could add this on, but I left that blank as well if you wanted to do any journaling on there. So for me to do any journaling on there, should I say? Okay, the next page was just some pictures that I got off somebody actually on Pinterest. She does all the vintage photos, so I got some off her. That was quite good. This actually, I used to have a knitting machine a long time ago, and these were some of the patterns that I found. I've only just found them. I've actually got three. There's this one, and then there's a next one which is even older than this one, and one from the 80s. So you can tell, you know, that's that six. Is that 6p or 6d? I'm not really sure. So these are like an old pattern for you know, fair owl sweaters. So there you go. I can knit as well as look at it. This again, another vintage page. You know, camera's not doing it justice, but hopefully I should get my camera sorted and we'll be all right. Some more just little tags and etc. in a pocket there, and of course the other side of the neon. Some more vintage paper. Like I say, I just printed them out and then folded them in half and made a signature out of them. You know, why not? And they fit my book perfectly. There's some more vintage little tag and lady there. Here is some paper there, and there, we know, a vintage paper, and there, so you can, and on the other side as well, so you can, you know, you can journal. It's a full journal page just there, you know. And then just some more of these gasoline stickers and vintage papers. I thought maybe here I can do. I'm not a great drawer, but I do little doodles now and again. So I thought I'll leave that blank, and then maybe I can do a few doodles on there, as you do. Of course, vintage paper again, and some more of the neon. Have we been past this page? I think we haven't. Oh no, we haven't. Yeah, some little more little tags, etc. there, and the back end of the pattern. I actually didn't stick this pattern in because I didn't want to ruin it, so I didn't actually stick it to a signature. I just put it in obviously with the rest. Some more there of just little pictures, and I can write on the back of them if I want to, and then of course I can write on the back here, if I feel like doing that. Again, some vintage paper and some little flowers that I bought off the internet. Quite pretty, them actually. I think I'll be getting some more of them this week. Okay, music sheet again, and lots of pockets. I like lots of pockets. I don't know why. I just, I like these little pockets that you can put things in. So you can journal on some of them that are in there. Okay. This is a lovely paper as well. Really is, for journaling, for vintage. And there's another blue sheet. There's a tag there with a vintage butterfly. You can write on that if I want to, and some tickets up here in the other little pocket. Like I say, and I can write here as well if I wanted to. Okay, we're back to the back end of that sheet again. I'm sure that's the Beatles. I am going to have to have a look. There's some writing space. Now, the thing that I like about this twine backing as well, twining, is you can put bits of card paper in between. Actually, this is card, but you can put them where you want them. You can move them up, move them down. That's actually stuck on something there, but and you can have them wherever you want them. You don't have to have them in a set place. There's some of vintage. I know there's quite a lot of these, and it's just that I love them. I love vintage things. And there's the London from London. Now you can't see this very well because of the camera's a bit naff, but it's a little girl at a window, and it says "Happy Childhood." So let me see if I can frame this in a bit. It might not let me. Oh, people working with webcams, you have my utmost sympathy. I'll do it this way instead. There we are. Look, she's looking out the window and it says "Happy Childhood." I thought it was a really nice, picture. So I thought, well, I've got to have that in, really. And the tags are falling out. Oh no, that's the one from the bottom. Okay. So anyway, so this was another vintage writing paper. So I got some of that, and there's a card again. And with this, you can just put them wherever you want them. Some more vintage paper going on for a soap company, which I found amusing when I first got it. Okay, you will know I put a lot of this, in particular one, in a few journals that I've done. I can't, it just goes beyond me that men wouldn't look at me when I was skinny. It's kind of the other way around now, isn't it? It's modern day, etc. Okay, I have a punch that I punched these birds out of, and I inked it up a little bit. This is just in a little bag. I had some little, they're like little embellishments, but they're that small. Really, I don't even know what you can do with them. Flower. So I just put them in a bag and glued them on. I was feeling that way out, I think. Like I say, card and some more vintage. Here's like this cocoa. I think they call them cocoa bows. Little flower down here, little rolled rose that I made. This originally was going to be another pocket, but I was too busy watching telly, and I glued the full thing. So I thought, well, that'll teach me, having too many pockets. So I thought, well, I can't do anything about it now, so I just left it like that. Put one of these little embellishments in. Okay, this is some quotes from Marilyn Monroe. Massive fan of Marilyn Monroe, so I found some quotes on the net and put them in. There's another little tuck spot here. Some let's take them out of there. Some little vintage birds, I think they are. Birds. And I did write on the back of these, just three. I won't show you, but three things that I should do if I'm feeling that way out. Because this is the reason why I made this book. I do suffer a lot from depression. It's, it's not a disease. Everybody has it. So when I have my down days, there's a few cards in there to sort me out. The lace down here again, the lace from the range, which is great, and another rolled rose I made up here for some white satin that I had left. Yeah, ladies, there's one for you. 5 ways to enrich your wardrobe. Thought that was quite comical as well. Now we just got to Primark and do it, etc. So here I did another tuck spot with a piece of. It's just got a piece of gold paper in with some teddies on, and it's just blank on the back, so I can write on that. I do apologise, it's raining here again today, so aren't we lucky? There's an envelope here with another one of the gold cards with teddies on. I don't think we can ever win this country. It rather rains or we're too hot and we moan either way. So some more lace down the bottom and some flowers that I've got, and some I have some wooden vintage like buttons, and well, these are actually buttons, but made out of dolls and teddies, and on here some shabby chic buttons. This is washer tape. I'll just put it along there. Some pearls with a heart, and excuse me, the other side of the enrich there. Another tuck spot with a couple of cards in there that I can write on. Vintage paper for the tuck spot. Like I say, another one, a wooden animal. It's a bird, that one, and a vintage flower at the top. The other side of the quotes, some more journaling paper, the other way, and another tuck spot here with some. You can get 2 or 3 of them in tags there. Okay, next one, the end of that. It's beautiful, it really is beautiful. Some more journaling space there. Left that one free for some writing along with the card. That's the back end of the vintage soap company. And like I say, this paper you can have it up there, or a bit further down, wherever you want it you can put it, and that's the good thing I think about the twining. I reckon that you could when you stitch it in, you would have to have it in the same place. A bit boring really, but anyway, whatever people prefer, it's only preference. Some more vintage writing paper there. The girl in the window again, and this brilliant vintage paper. Just love anything vintage. Another envelope here. I'll put things in. Little tag up there, and I love vintage off the net again. Another little tuck spot this side. It's just got pictures of flowers in. This is actually from the Vintage Love collection. These there's them and little tags with what do they call them? Poems on or something. So another tag tuck spot, and also I can write or doodle down that page. There's another journaling spot. Another Marilyn Monroe quote: "Every girl deserves to be a princess." I think that's never a true word. Okay, this one, it's great. This was an advertisement for Christmas, a vintage advertisement. Some company, and I thought it was brilliant. Again, this little tag, you can have it anywhere, up or down. I don't think it's letting me do it because it's the way that I've got the book, but they do move up and down. And a little vintage journaling spot there. That'd be my Valentine, little boy in a little kettle. It's kind of cute. And another tuck spot here, and just some vintage paper here. I cut it down a little bit smaller than I should have done really, but it didn't matter because it all went in the book quite nicely. And then little vintage butterfly up there, more space for writing. And then this here, this come in a long strip. I had to cut it down, but it came in a long strip. Okay, this next one I put in, which was a party that me and my husband went to, Christmas party. It was actually, we was courting then, so it made me smile, so I put that in as well, and some lips that I had and hearts. This is just a material. You could put a pencil in there. It is open at all sides, but it might lay across there, maybe. Some more writing space card there, and back to the paper again. These and bows. I just, things that I liked I put in it. Might not be to everybody's taste. There's no preference for anybody else. This is like just for me. Another tag and writing spot, a bit more vintage paper down here. Another piece of material that you could put something in, and for spooky spots. Okay, another side of that, and of course another card. I'll speak up a little bit, rain obviously. Bloody sunny hull today, not. Okay, this I put in because it's things that my kids, it was my daughter when she was a little bit younger, and my son and daughter when they was a bit younger. A letter that my daughter wrote to me, and that was my birthday just recently, so I kept the tag off what my son had given me, so that's that. Yeah, I love vintage, and then of course the butterfly up the top there, vintage butterfly. I can doodle along the sides here if I wanted to. Some more vintage paper and tags. It's one of my daughter's drawings. And I love this quote. I absolutely love this quote. If you're going to be two-faced, at least make one of them pretty. Marilyn Monroe. I love that woman. Again, was supposed to be a tuck spot, and I glued the lot because I wasn't concentrating, and then put that in for a tag to write on, and now it's stuck in and won't come out, so I just left it be, with a vintage butterfly there. There is actually this one here at the side is a bit of a pocket, so it didn't really matter. Okay, books, because obviously as well as doing these books I actually book fold as well, so I thought that was quite handy to have in. Okay, there's another tuck spot here, if I can get in between it. A bit, like I say, I ain't used them yet, but there's another tuck spot there, look, with the bow on, and smile. Keep smiling, because life is a beautiful thing and there's so much to smile about. I think she might delay this on this time. If you have a bit of material, you can put a pencil in or anything. It will slide out if you don't put it in right, but I think if you sit it right, it'll be fine. Again, paper, you can have it up or down. Vintage Paris paper, I quite liked that. Quite nice. Some more of my homemade roses, rolled roses there, and some more material. Oops, there. There's another tuck spot there with like a vintage paper, and you put things in there, and the Paris paper again, a little bit of a card journal. Again, I put another one of the CD things in with one of these. I've actually wrote on the back of that, so I won't show you that either. And in here I've just put a card. You can open it up and you can write on that. Also, I've left this blank for journaling as well. Yeah. Another one there, tuck spot. I put a smile in. Probably when I get to it. That's what I'll do. So tuck spot there, and the other side of the Marilyn quote. The other side of the books, another tuck spot here, little one, along with a journal on the back there, or journaling card. Just a plain tag. I can write on that, and then of course do doodling on this paper if need be. The other side of the Marilyn quote, another envelope here. I just put a bit of material on it, and a little pearl thing there. More vintage paper. Like I say, I actually love vintage. Okay, there's a picture there. That picture of that lady again. There she is again. Some vintage writing paper I can write there as well, along with the card that I have here. Just some pictures there of Marilyn I put in. There's another tuck spot there with another couple of with birds on. I think they've got birds and little bits of quotes on. So that's a tag with tuck spot tag. Another journaling card. You can also journal on here. This is another bit of vintage paper, but it's got some lines on there. You could carry on your journaling if you want to along from that. Another tuck spot here with the vintage love pictures in there, and then there's another bit of vintage paper that you could journal on there and on the back. Okay, another bit of vintage paper. Also, you could do what you wanted on here as well, like do some doodles on there, or maybe put some more pictures on. Not quite sure yet. Another bit of, oh no, this is an envelope, this one, sorry, an envelope, this one, again with a tag in, and I just put a little bird on there dangling with a vintage button, and that lady again. Just some more journaling paper and the end of that quote. Another envelope with a tag in. Let's get that back in. And some of this pretty lace again from the range, and a journaling card there, all four there. These are, I haven't put anything in these, but these are tag tuck spots. There's two, one there, of course with the other end of the lace. Some more journaling paper there, and another one of the adverts. For journal here again, and some journal paper there, back of the card. And then there's another tuck spot here that's got a couple of tags in, a big one and a little one. And you could also write on there, doodle right on there. Marilyn Monroe again, and some card there. This is another little tuck spot. And up here this is just an envelope that I put in that I had. It's got some little doodles on it. This is one actually that I made. I make these for children. What I do is I make the envelopes, and adults, grandparents, then put their money in or whatever and give them to their grandkids or kids. So I actually make them myself, and I thought it would be nice just to put one in the book. A little pink peg, miniature pegs. I'm sure everybody's got the little miniature pegs. I'll put that back in a minute. And a little, like I said, a little tag tuck spot there, and the back of the book, and some more vintage paper. So, like I say, it is a bit bulky, but it's only for me, to write my thoughts in and put my thoughts in, etc. But it might just give you some ideas, obviously when just saying about these signatures, as you can, I don't know if you noticed, the first signature, you can see the swan. If nobody knows how to do them, just to, how did you do that? What you do is you get all your first signature and you just push it all through the twine, so you get to the middle, then it holds it all in. I think I prefer the twine, the twine one better, I think. I might have to go one day at the stitching one, but I think for time being, I'm quite happy with this one, the twining. Like I say, I was only going to put excuse me, 4 signatures in it, because I was following a pocket full of vintage. But then I thought, well, I'll use it because I already had this one made up as it goes from somebody else, so I put them in there. And then today I was wondering whether to put another signature in, and my daughter said no, she would leave it, and then I just got it, and I thought, no, I'll put another one in, because things like that, play on my mind. I've got 4 signatures in, and I've got 5. I don't know if anybody else is like that, but not that it had to be right, but it was only right to put 5 signatures in 5 twans. So, and there you have it. If you have any questions, comment below. I'll get back to you. I'm on the internet daily. So if you have any questions, comments, anything like that, please subscribe. And I promise I will get my camera done as soon as possible. Like I said, there is one. I've already done this once on the camera for this particular one, but I couldn't find the lead. So, thanks for watching. Please subscribe. I do all sorts of videos on book folding, book journals, junk journals, things like that. So, almost everything really, card making, anything like that. So subscribe, and thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Bye bye.